Aloha and welcome to the Local My Life. It's not our normal day for a live, but I've had a couple people commenting to me in the last couple days of little conversations on the phone and chats in my own life. Okay, yes, I have my own life on the outside. Sometimes I keep forgetting that. But I've gotten in a lot of conversations lately about how the four agreements kind of fit into our own lives on a daily basis. And last time I came in to talk in between our weekly meetings, I talked one time about domestication, and the second time was about gossip. Um, Today I wanted to come in and talk about assumptions because that's something I have found. Two of the areas I've had the hardest problems with myself with the four agreements has been the taking things personally. Hell, I do that all the time. I am trying to get better about that. I think I'm getting better. I'm still messed up with it pretty badly at times, but I'm trying to make changes. I am trying to make changes. And that's all you can do is try and make those changes day by day. Assumptions, though, is the other one that I've had a hard time with. The fourth one we're going to be getting to in the next live, and that's about always do your best. And I think that's something many of us try to do no matter what. So it's not one of those that just hits us deep inside as an issue compared to taking things personally and assumptions. It's amazing how often I will be sitting and listening to friends in real life or my family talking or listening to a live on YouTube. And whatever we've just been talking about in our discussions starts popping up in the conversation, not directly. Okay, not like, oh, yes, I was just thinking about the four agreements. And all. No, not in that way whatsoever. More like I start actually seeing specific examples of what it is we're talking about. And assumptions has been one of the big ones I've seen this week. I've seen a lot of situations, real life as well as YouTube. YouTube's real life too, but it's the way I compare. I gotta separate my lives now. And but I've seen it where all of a sudden people will start talking. And this gets back into the gossip side of things too. So often we let gossip start something up, and then the gossip builds into the assumptions, and the assumptions leads into the feeling horrible about yourself, or those might come earlier. They all become really related to each other. And I've seen a lot this week where people will see something or hear something and they jump to a conclusion. Okay, they make an assumption. They hear something and they're like, oh, this is where I am now. This is where I'm thinking the finish point is. I can now draw the line from here to here. The problem is there's other dots in between that line that they have not seen yet. So by drawing that connection there, they've totally realized, okay, where this start point does not end here. This start point ends way up here. But you're going all through all these little dots to get there, not just straight, if that makes sense. Okay, that can be with, oh, someone told me that so-and-so said this about you, and you're trusting what someone was saying, and then you just immediately jump to this idea that, oh yeah, I always knew they had it out for me, and this just proves it. Okay, not having facts to back things up. Okay, it's very, again, we talk about how with assumptions, we believe everything inside ourselves is right. Okay, our domestication, what has led us to this point in our life, has always been this idea that, okay, you know what, we've been raised a certain way, we know what is the right way to live, these things. Now, we may not always be successful, but we know, okay? And I know, you know what, this is the way most people do things, so I must be right when I think and put one and one together and they add up to three. It's got to be right, because I'm sure that's what's right. And I'm always right. No, not quite. But down deep over the years, we want to see ourselves as correct all the time, because if we're correct all the time, we don't have all the other stuff that starts happening where we start second guessing ourselves on other areas. It's easier to know that if we're right, then everyone else would be right if they just agree with us. Okay, if they address issues the same way as us. They're not always going to address issues the same way. My background's different from someone else's. I do not expect someone else, okay, if I had someone, I'm going to use the infamous dox example. If I was doxed in life, okay, hell, I've doxed myself, but whatever. Okay, I would react differently than, say, Jill Smith from Oregon, New Zealand, or whatever it is, okay, because we've all got a different background. Okay, I might, just curl up inside myself and never want to see the light of day again. Okay, I might have health issues that blow up and they just start compounding on each other because I'm internalizing things. Or I may, because of what happened, I may get pissed the hell off. And I'm going to go after this person and I'll bring law after them. I'll do this, I'll do that. I will make sure everyone in the world knows. Totally different ways of reacting to that situation. Not saying one is right or one is wrong. They're specific to those people. And that is something that a lot of times I see people make assumptions about. People make assumptions that, okay, well, this is how I would react to it. So, you know what? Whatever they're saying about that person must be true because, I would never act that way. The only time I would act that way and react that way would be if it was true. So, yeah, oh shit, you know what? I think everything I've heard is right. I think that person is that way. I think that person is a scumbag. And all because they're reacting in a way that totally shows me they're a scumbag. And when in reality, the way they're reacting is the way that they have learned to react based off of years of dealing with issues. Okay, maybe when they were growing up among their family members, that's how they dealt with issues. Again, it could be that quiet pull inside, okay, internalize everything, or it could be the externalize things. So I think that's where a lot of times our assumptions start happening. We're looking at other people and we expect other people to react the way we would be reacting. And if they're not reacting the way we would react, then you know what? Oh, we've made our connection there. Yep, they're guilty of that because I would never do it that way. Something we have to remember at all times. Because I see that quite often, not just the doxing thing. Okay, it could be dealing with conflict. Someone deals with conflict a different way. Okay, and because of that, they're not handling conflict correctly, when in reality, all of us aren't handling conflict correctly. We're all handling it the way that we are right now ready to in our lives. But even the best person in the world who has the best experience dealing with conflict and being able to pull things together, peacemaker and all that other stuff, they still have issues that they need to get better at in conflict and resolution among themselves. So when someone tells me, oh yeah, they didn't react right whatsoever, and you know what, if I had been doing this, I would have done this, that's what you would have done. That's not what they would have done. We may not have their past history. We may not have a past history with a family, okay, that may have been abusive or abandoned or, was on a different level of the socioeconomics ladder. Okay, each of those areas, we cannot see what that person went through and what has built that up for them. So as I've been watching this last couple days, okay, whether it be in different lives that I've sat in or listened to stories that my friends are telling when I am able to connect with them and talk story with them, or my own family, we talk about issues because I've been talking to them about how I'm working on the 4 agreements again. And we've talked a lot about different things that have happened over the last couple decades, life for my mom or whatever like that. And just trying to come up with ways of making it make sense. And I realized just how much assumptions affect my daily thought process. I realize my assumptions lead me to judging. If I have assumed something about someone, I'm immediately judging them. Judging is not always negative. It could be a positive judge. May not be a right judge, even if it's a positive judge, but it's still, I'm judging someone. I'm prejudging them based off of my assumptions, not based off of the true facts. And a lot of times, even when we think we have all the facts, we don't have all the facts. Okay, we've got the facts that make sense to us, but there might be one more person out there who has more facts to everything. And all of a sudden, that one little bit of information comes out, and you're like, oh, fuck. What the heck did I just do all this last couple of weeks? All I've done is gone after this person because I was positive of this and everything. And I needed to just take a step back. Because we're living in this world where everything happens so quickly. Okay, we go from, oh my gosh, okay, this is the storyline for today. And then next day we've got a new storyline. Then we have a new one. And oh my gosh, if I don't stay on top of it, I'm going to be so far behind. So I have to start making my judgmental calls really quick. Because otherwise I have so much new information coming in. So you want to make that judgmental call quickly, that assumption quick. Because you're worried it's going to pass you by and things will blow up. So how do you stop that? How do I stop that? Okay, if I feel myself seeing something, okay, a lot of times I talk YouTube again because we're on YouTube as I'm talking about this. But a lot of times I'll find myself sitting in a chat watching a live and I see something happening and I'm like, okay, I'm making a judgment call here. And do I really know all the information right now? I try to sit back and not make comments in there because I notice the moment I start making comments, okay, my emotional level will be here. And I'm like, okay, I need to assess everything that's going on. Okay, am I getting everything? And then I start getting little bits of information that are leading me in a certain direction. So I start making comments because I'm starting to become emotionally a part of all this now. And what I find is my emotions start getting higher and higher and higher. And at first I start making the little comments in chat of, you know what? It's sounding to me like this is what's going on. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, what a fucking bitch that girl is. I can't believe she's sitting doing that. And I'm like, how could I get from this point to this point in that amount of time? Where I can go from that very logical comment to calling people names and assigning stuff to them when all I've done is heard bits and pieces of stuff. I still don't have the full information. And what is so sad is sometimes a day or two later, I do get the rest of the information. I'm like, shit, because I realize I kind of peer pressure pulls me in. My own want to make sure that I'm part of what's going on in there because I want to be part of what's going on. So I need to make sure that I have whether I'm on one side or the other, I want to make sure whatever I'm saying is out there. Okay, I don't want to just be a wallflower or something. So I want to become involved. The problem is wanting to get involved quickly does not give you the time to step back and really analyze something. Okay, look for the real facts. Because what unfortunately happens, and I've seen this too, I've seen this with quite a few people. Actually, unfortunately, I've seen this happen to quite a few people. And I wish I could say I did not see this. I have seen people hurt. I have seen people not just hurt as in, I need someone to talk to because I'm really hurting inside. I've seen people physically start hurting. Okay, mental health. What people don't realize is mental health ties to physical health. Okay, anyone who's ever dealt with depression knows depression affects physical the body itself. Okay. It affects blood pressure. It affects, okay, so many different things. So, you know what? If you're starting, someone's mental health is being affected because of attacks that are going on YouTube or in my own circle of friends or my family. And especially when those turn out, we don't have the full information, but we're running with them. Someone is getting hurt by that. And yeah, I can turn that off quick. I can be like, oh shit, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I can say I'm sorry, and I can honestly mean it from the bottom of my heart. I can actually mean it. When I say I am sorry, I mean it. And yes, I hurt from that because I know I hurt someone else with what I did. But guess what? As soon as I say that I'm sorry and I feel bad about it, it's over for me. It's over for you guys. Once you guys say I'm sorry because you put 1 and 1 and it added a 3 instead of 2 by mistake, it's over. But the problem is the person that got hit by this, it's not over for them. It really honestly is not over for them. It could be a day, 2 days, 3 days. It could be a month later, and they're still dealing with it because guess what? Even if it's just themselves inside their own heart that they're having to, because you know, what if they had dealt years before, okay, with, okay, various, okay, abuse issues, survivor issues, DV, eating disorders, all those different things, okay, that could be going on. That could bring a lot of those things back up. They may have fought those things off, but as anyone who's ever dealt with anything like that before knows, those things never go away for good. You're able to deal with it, and you're able to find coping mechanisms, but not all coping mechanisms can handle every single time they break free. And then you've got to go back to square one. That person is back at square one trying to find new coping mechanisms because of something that was not their fault to begin with. Okay, something that I added to with my comments or other people have added to with their comments. And I've seen that a lot. I've seen that with way too many people. I see them come into lives, or I've had a friend come and talk to me locally, not even related to YouTube, saying, yeah, so-and-so said this a month ago or 6 months ago. And it's still upsetting me because it keeps coming back in my head because I keep wondering, do people really honestly think that? Because if they said that, I'm sure they meant it. And yeah, that's where we go back with the 4 agreements. Don't take things personally, stuff like that. And those are skills that we can learn. But guess what? Not everyone has those skills at all times. And even those of us who are trying to work on those skills don't always, they're always there for you when you reach for them. Sometimes you go reaching and they just disappear on you. Okay, and you don't want to take something personally, but you take it personally. You don't want to make that assumption, but you make the assumption. So I don't know. I've been sitting the last few days, and I don't like to make these things super long or anything. But I've been sitting the last day or so trying to figure out, it's something we need to address. We talk about drama. We talk about things like that. But what we don't talk about is, it's not the drama that is the issue. It's how we're dealing with it. It's our reaction to the drama. The drama is going to be there no matter what. It's us making assumptions as part of the drama. It's us pointing fingers as part of the drama. It's us not trusting our gut because we are getting pulled into something else. We don't mean it. I don't think a single person out there really means it. Okay, no, I'm not going to say a single because there's no such thing as black and white, okay? I'm a firm believer in, okay, if there's two stories, okay, there's this story, that story, and the real story in the beginning, in the middle, okay, things are not all cut and dry, okay? It's not like, oh, it's all this way or it's all this way. No, there's a lot of shades of gray in life. And so there are people out there who are going to try to hurt other people. It's sad, but there are. We see it. True crime community, we see it all the time when someone hurts their children, okay, or someone kills someone. There's evil out there. You can't help it. It is out there. But you know what? There's good out there too. We can be the good. We are the ones who have the ability to say, when we see ourselves or others starting to make those connections, adding 1 and 1 to 3. Hold on a second. Let's see. Okay, how can we help each other during that? Okay, I know there's a lot of examples, and I don't want to use the examples right here because I am not a drama channel. I'm hoping I can be a channel, a lot of different types of channels too, because yes, I am going to be bringing puppies on very soon, because guess what? The puppies are getting big enough where I can actually have more fun than them sleeping the whole time on video. And as soon as we can have fun like that, I'll bring some videos to you guys on the puppies. But I think we just need to find ways we can help each other through that. That's what the channel is here for. How can we help each other develop skills where the drama doesn't run away for drama? Not just YouTube drama, family drama, friend drama. Okay, drama is everywhere in our lives. There's certain places drama is great. Theater, on stage, awesome. It's the best thing in the world, okay? Anyone who has never actually gone to theater's awesome. Sorry, okay? I'm getting ready to start a new play. I just said I stage managed for one of my favorite directors, and I can't wait for it because it's some of the greatest time I ever have. But drama is not meant to be part of our life that changes who we are. We need to take that responsibility for our own actions. We need to be able to stand up for people. Okay, we don't have to hurt other people by standing up. Okay, standing up for friends, standing up for people does not mean hurting other people. What that means is making sure people are addressing things correctly. Okay, that they are listening to their own morals, that they are listening to their own agreements. Okay, those 4 agreements, there's many other agreements you can make. So are they following their own agreements? So tomorrow we will be coming back. We've got the 4th. Is it the final agreement? No, you guys know there's one more coming after, but officially the 4th agreement tomorrow about doing your best. And we'll talk about that. Then of course, Friday night at the YT Cantina. Oh yeah, that's definitely on, definitely on. I've been looking forward to that all week. I actually got myself a little refreshment of choice for that night, and not to mention I got my normal iced teas and all that. So, but yeah, Starbucks iced tea, green tea, 2 pumps peppermint, nothing else. It's the best drink on earth. But no, seriously though, guys, we'll continue working on the others and doing your best. That's just all the stuff starting to pull together. The hard work came from the last 3 weeks. Now we've got to learn how to put all this stuff into play. How can we help each other? So listen to what you're saying. Listen to that addition that you're doing in your head. Those dots you're connecting. Does 1 + 1 truly equal 3? Or is that a 2? Or is that a 4? You know what? Make sure before you say anything that is going to potentially affect someone else, just make sure. Okay, I would rather err on the side of not hurting someone than jumping to something too quickly and hurting someone. Because guess what? I can always go forward and say, oh my gosh, yeah, this is this way. That was it. You guys are right. That's what it was. I cannot easily take back something after I point my finger at someone else. So people talk about and assume. Okay, people talk about what assumptions are. The word assume makes an ass of you and me. And that truly is true. The word assume, that's what it does. Assumptions, assuming things about people. We're not going to what is behind things, the facts, the truth, the impeccability in your word. You've got to make sure you're using your word impeccably. Make sure you're saying what you need to. So, guys, I love y'all. You guys have been amazing. I have had more fun in the last couple weeks just doing 1 or 2 videos a week with you guys. I'm hoping I can expand on that over time. I need some more subjects too. Yeah, I do need that big time. This community is awesome. There's something special about this community. I think that's why even with all the drama and shit, people do keep coming back, because there are amazing people here. Once you've met these people, they're family, they're ohana. Okay, and I can't see what life is like without those people in my life. They become part of my family. And I see rough times out there, and I don't want people hurting. And yeah, I could just disappear from all that, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it if I wasn't around. But guess what? I'd lose out on a hell of a lot of fun and amazing people. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to have a lot of fun after we do some work. Got to work first. Work hard, play hard. So the harder we work tomorrow, the more we will play afterwards. So in the meantime, though, no, seriously, I hope everyone's having a great week. I will see you guys tomorrow, Aloha Friday, and our work. Cassie, would you like to say goodbye? Because I can tell you're getting antsy, so say goodbye to everyone, Cassie. And anyhow, I'll see you guys and the puppies and all. I will show you all the puppies a little bit more tomorrow, but here's one for right now, because I did promise someone if I came on, I would show a puppy. So there's your puppy right there. And okay, hey, love you guys tons and tons, and I will see y'all later. Oh, you're tired. Okay. Aloha. Goodbye and talk later. Bye-bye.